Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Woohoo! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Sunset Rants, where we catch you up with the breaking news headlines and rants to get you caught up at sunset. I'm AK, your favorite guy, and tonight, Daniel Penny is butt-pinching pennies as the jury is still in deliberation. The Senate is about to FAFO as they're still stalling on Pete Hegseth. And the new and exciting Caption This, where we can create the AI image for you, and it's up to you and the audience to create the best caption. But first, my co-hosts, D, you're back. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just got back from Finland. That was a great trip. It was so much fun.
That looks so much fun. We're jelly.
I know. And then we've got Taylor. How you been?
Hey, what's going on? I'm good, man. Beautiful day here in sunny Florida. Can't complain.
Absolutely. Well, you guys know where you can find me on X, @therealroma_AK. We've got a Discord that's open to the public where you are currently looking for like-minded individuals to join the Roma Nation Sunset Reds team. If you think you've got what it takes to be a researcher, a producer, or a creator of content, this is the place where you can volunteer to help make that happen, because I believe that everyone should have the ability to spread the word in this post-cancel culture society. All right, the link is in the description below. Also, check out the website, where Sunset Rants is part of Rise of Middle America Network, where you can see our most recent content, news, rants, and deep dives, as well as up-and-coming events that you don't want to miss. So if you want more breaking news, stories, on-the-ground coverage of events happening here in America, or you want your pretty face on here like us, beautiful. The link's at the bottom of the page where you can make a monetary contribution, where you can help us create content for all of our viewers. So don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe, and help us push this post-cancel culture society to the next level. All right. Whew, I am always out of breath when I do that.
You got a lot to say, man.
Every single time, I only have like 3 minutes, so it's like, But anyways, Daniel Penny is on the menu tonight. So before we jump in, what are your guys' thoughts on this whole Daniel Penny situation?
I don't think it should be something that's, it's somewhat newsworthy, but just considering when it happened, what was going on, during those, was it April? So beginning of April, May 1st, all of that, going by what the people who were there, as witnesses, they're like, oh, his threats were traumatic. I even wrote some of the stuff down. They assumed it was a mental breakdown. It was traumatic, and we believed it. Everyone was frozen. The girl the guy was harassing was like, I truly thought I was gonna die. He was that menacing. Right. So this guy, helping people out, because no one helps everyone out anymore. And this is why I don't think anything should happen.
Well, of course. It's kind of the same thing with Good Samaritan laws. Exactly. Where there's a burning car, you pull somebody out, but they have a broken neck. It's well, do you want to burn to death, or what's going on here? Yeah, and of course, lawsuits have just gotten real wacky over the last 50 years. Where you're able to you can basically indict or sue a ham sandwich if you wanted to, which is so dumb. But there's good with the bad or whatnot. What about you, D?
I just don't think any of this should have ever happened. I mean, I know that if I was in a situation where I needed help and the person that helped me is ended up getting charged, I mean, it's just a terrible thing. Like, why would you ever want to help anybody? Everybody's just minding their own business and staying in their lane, and nobody wants to get involved. And I mean, really and truly, the person on the ground is the one that's seeing what's going on. Like,
Right.
obviously, he took that step because he felt that people were in danger. And I don't think he should be getting charged. And it's ridiculous that it's taken all this, like all these, it got so far ahead. It's just, it shouldn't have never happened.
Right. Well, let's hear it from New York itself, and this is from iHeartRadio. Mayor Eric Adams defends Daniel Penny in deadly subway chokehold. Who saw that one on your bingo card?
Yeah, once he kicked him to the curb, he's going back to. They ate their own, so he's going back to.
He's going back to the plantation. Just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, so
No.
don't worry. You guys don't have to say it. I said it for you. No. Mayor Eric Adams defended Daniel Penny, who is on trial for the subway chokehold death of Jordan Neely, saying that the jury will make the right decision. On Tuesday, December 3rd, a Manhattan jury began deliberations on whether to convict Penny, a Marine veteran, for choking Neely, a 30-year-old Michael Jackson impersonator who was homeless, to death on a subway in May of 2023. Penny, who is white, of course they have to say that, confronted Neely after he allegedly shouted passengers that he was hungry, thirsty, and didn't care whether he died. The former Marine forced Neely onto the ground and put him in a chokehold until he stopped breathing. Oh, boy. During a recent appearance on 710 WOR's The Rob Astorino Show, Adams pointed at the failure of New York's mental health system, saying Penny did what he would have done as a city. What he should have done as a city, per the New York Post. All right, so we'll stop there. I mean, New York crime has been rampant for years. I mean, basically since
Giuliani left.
Giuliani left. Yes, yeah. Giuliani, because Giuliani cleaned that place up.
Yeah, no, I was born and raised in New York City. Like growing up there in the 90s and early 2000s, like it was nice. And then once I moved down here to Florida, everything just kind of went to shit. Yeah. And kind of like what Dee was saying is like, like someone to be there to stick up for it. Like everyone's a bunch of, pussies now. There's no accountability. Mm-hmm. And this guy is running rampant, like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I'll die, blah, blah, blah. I'm hungry. Well, this other guy, Penny, dude's a Marine, and not saying like, oh, like he's a killer, like, hoorah. Like the dude knows when to stand up. The guy knows when it's time to take charge, and nobody there was taking charge. And you'll see it countless times, like now with the immigrants, even the migration, all that stuff, or just, the homeless rate, the impoverished, the mentally ill that just walk through the city. Mm-hmm. Nobody does anything for them. Billions of dollars annual, and it's just like a rotating door, in and out, nothing happens. You're not taking care of them. They're just taking the money, saying they are, and you have situations that'll get out of control like this, and it's fucking pathetic.
All it is a slush salary fund, basically.
It's exactly what it is. Look at the salaries.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to say anything either. It's just everybody's just minding their own business, trying not to get wrapped up in the, in the cancel culture.
Yep, exactly. And Elizabeth said, you guys remember what happened in Pennsylvania a while back when a woman was getting attacked? It wasn't attacked, but we all know what that means.
Yeah.
On the train, and no one helped her?
No one.
Great. GRAPED. Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, it was that was horrible, but nobody wants to step in because, I mean, obviously, like, what goes through your mind when you see something like that? I mean, there are some people that'll spring right into action and be like, "Hey, bro, like this is not happening here, and you are going to jail. That's just plain and simple. Um, but what if you're on a train full of women? Like, what are you going to do? I'm not saying that women wouldn't do anything about it, but like,
yeah,
really, that's our job to protect
yeah.
in that instance. But if this guy has a weapon, the guy has a gun, the guy has whatever, like, do you really want to put yourself at risk? Do you really want to be the one hero that everybody remembers forever from that day forward? It's a lot to think about. It is.
The thing about it is you're on a train, like you're in like a steel coffin. It's only so big. And for an example, like there's a city bus. I forgot the state. This was maybe like last year. This other mentally ill guy, he was running around like pushing people around, yelling like anti-Semitic stuff, and just like berating women, like pushing and like hitting on them. And these two guys did stand up to him. One of them was an ex-vet, young, just fresh out, like just retired, and from it. And this crazy dude ended up slashing two of these guys' throats and stabbed them a bunch of times because they're that tight of compartment, and that's what people are scared of doing. I mean, the police talked to this crazy guy 2 days ago after he just slashed this other woman's face open and let him go. And like, there's no accountability. The police aren't doing anything. And so, with Adams, we were saying, oh, like, he jumped ship. I don't think he ever jumped ship. Like, he's a vet too, or was it ex-police or ex-vet?
Ex-vet.
Yeah. Like,
ex-Marine.
Yeah. Once like the left kind of like, had their way with him, tossed him to the side, he's like, fuck this. That's what they do. They eat each other. Like the city's starting to see this as well over the past couple of years. And, people can't do anything anymore.
No,
right.
And what would you want to if at the end of the day you're going to get prosecuted for it and you're going to do jail time when you're trying to do something helpful for everybody else? It makes no sense.
Yeah. Right. And of course, with Adam's defense, he vocally defended Daniel Penny, and was saying that you have someone that's on the subway that's responding and doing what we should have done as a city. But the city has failed. The city has failed the people of New York. But they put them in this very compromising position where it's like, we're not going to help you, but you can't do anything about it. Okay, well then what can we do? What is the next step? What's the next option? We don't have an option because not even the police can tell you what the option is. That's a scary world to live in. And then you can criticize the media as well because they portray Jordan Neely as like an innocent child. I mean, when you look at George Floyd, when you look at Trayvon Martin, sorry, and some of these other people, and they portray them in a light that's like, they put their head in the clouds. Those pictures you see on the stupid pictures on Facebook that I hope nobody ever does for me.
I want you guys to make a T-shirt with wings and clouds.
Wings on my back. Screw that. Don't. I will haunt you for the rest of your life.
Please make that. I want to have a Atlanta cookout T-shirt party when I pass
Right. Yeah. So the criticism of the media, and of course the way that they portray one side or the other. I mean, that's happening in a whole bunch of different areas. You got the mental health system failure. With especially in New York, pointing out that Neely was part of a revolving door of the system and suggested that Penny's actions were necessary due to his lack of support, which is what you talked about, Tay.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Exactly. And then the justification of actions, where they expressed hope that the jury would consider all the facts, implying a belief in Penny's justification by using force, because he didn't want to use force, but he knew that he had no other choice. Like there's only so much you can do, like you said, inside of a steel coffin.
Yeah. And especially then there was a bunch of the police there in NYPD, a bunch of them were leaving, a bunch of them were quitting, a bunch of them got fired. This was like right in prime time of what was like super crazy, like at that point of the year. Like it was hectic as far as like all the commotions, as far as like a society nationwide going on. And so it's like a you know, enough grains of sand, you get a mountain. And so for something like this, you know, of course they're going to persecute him, you know, because it's like a white guy versus this. And at the end of the day, it had nothing to do about race. It's just some guy trying to protect his city, you know, trying to protect his people, you know.
Yeah. Threat to democracy says sometimes violence is the only option. He's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is. You know, what if that wasn't a woman? What if that were my children?
It was someone.
Like if it were my children, it'd be way worse than that.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I'm not even gonna lie about it. Like you're not coming anywhere near my children. You know, so but yeah, so I guess they're still in deliberations right now. We're gonna figure out here soon what's going on. Typically, when it takes this long in a deliberation, it's because some people aren't convinced, or some people are convinced that shouldn't be, and it typically is a seesaw back and forth until either somebody gives in or they just stop caring. But,
and so that's the thing. Like they tried to actually throw it out of court today as a mistrial because they were saying like inflammatory things about Pennies past. I don't know, probably anything that had to do with his military background, but and has like inflammatory stuff on that. And so they're trying to get for a mistrial on that. So that's why it's going to day 3. Like no one can figure out what to do. So kind of see where it goes into this.
Yeah, and then Elizabeth said, I'm so happy that Adams called out the mental health crisis and how the city has failed the people on that, because it's so true. There are wait lists for psychology appointments.
Yes.
Yeah, so I tried to get I wanted my daughter to get, she's only 6, but I tried to get like a pediatric psychological appointment. Not a bad one. It's just, you know, just to see kind of like where she is.
Yeah.
And it took 8.5 months.
Really?
What if I actually needed them?
Yeah.
You know, then I had to wait 8.5 months for that. By that time, it's either going to be better and they forgot about it, or it's going to be worse.
Yeah.
You know, and this is part of the issue that COVID kind of screwed up, allegedly. but yeah, so we're gonna get an update on that. So we're gonna move on, because if you've noticed over the last couple of days, we finally got our themes down for Sunset Rants. You know, we've got our main story right up there up front, and then of course we move on to the Trump transition update, and this is from Axios. Trump leaves Pete Hegseth hanging against emboldened GOP senators. These senators are really bold right now. They are very bold because, I mean, look, this is what the people want. The overwhelming majority want these people in. And for you to sit there and say that, oh, well, I'm high and mighty, I'm sorry. The times have changed, my friend. Anyways, let's continue. President-elect Trump isn't working the phones for Pete Hegseth in his hour of need, leaving the embedded Department of Defense nominee to press his own case and skeptical senators, Axios has learned. Quote, I don't think is going anywhere, one senator told Axios about Hegseth's nomination chances. Why it matters. Trump is on the path to lose his third nominee in 2 weeks, and this time he's leaving his candidate out to dry. GOP senators took Trump's handling of Matt Gaetz' nomination as a sign that he's open to changing his mind, and he's not that serious about fighting the Senate on rules and procedures just yet. Actually, full stop. Actually, I think he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and he's just ousting different senators. He's outing these senators right now. He's like, that one over there, that one. It's like Squid Game. You know?
Yeah.
That's what's going on right now. Trump waged a phone campaign in November for calling Gaetz to drop out before he announced Gaetz. He demanded consideration of recess appointments for Senate GOP leader candidates. The pipeline of backup names of defense secretary floated to the press, including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Only further signals Trump could be open to switching the things up again. The thing is, this nomination is actually in real jeopardy because Donald Trump's nominee for defense secretary they're facing a lot of challenges and scrutiny due to allegations against him, including sexual misconduct, financial mismanagement, and alcohol abuse. I mean, alcohol, they all drink. So
they literally have orgies with narcotics, all of them. They literally are like...
Yeah.
I mean, right.
That's just a Tuesday.
Saying. That's just a Tuesday, right?
I want to hang out with them on a Friday. Shit.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. You know, but they've expressed reservations because of what? Like opposition to block confirmation of the Republican majority. Like, and it's weird. It's really funny to me how we've got 53 senators or 53 Republican senators, but yet it's exactly 4 of them that are not with the program. Really?
Yeah.
So if it were 60-40, what would it be, 11? Like, this is starting to look a little funny. Let's see what happens with all the other nominations coming down the road and see if it's the same 4 senators.
Well, this thing about it is, like, these people, like, you know, you could dress up like, you know, there's wolf in sheep's clothing, essentially. And it's obvious. I mean, it's as simple as I can make it without going too much into it, because I haven't really been following too close into this, so I don't want to speak too far out of turn on anything. But they're going to make it as difficult as they can for anything.
Exactly.
For anything to happen. Anything. It's been like that since day one. And, like, you know, for Gates to step down, Gates wasn't asked to. He stepped down on his own, you know, because of stuff like this. And he wanted it to be as easy for Trump as possible. And then, you know, with Pete now, you know, it's allegations. You can go to anything. Like, I can comment on my ex. Like, if I'm dating someone, she's beautiful. I'm like, hey, I like her butt. You know, that's the person I'm dating. Like, you know, I was like, oh, this and that. You know, it's allegations. They're basically just doing another Brett Kavanaugh at this point.
Wow.
So, like, they'll take anything for it. But these are the same people who, you know, these are the same people who have been selling their stocks early ahead of time. These are the same people who are starting to buy properties in, you know, countries that, you know, you can't get, what's the word? Bali's one of them. You can't get arrested. Extradited. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Go ahead.
I think too that, you know, with all the changes that Donald Trump is planning to do once his administration, you know, gets in, and once he starts or becomes president again, you know, they're going to try to put so much. They're just going to try to block everything that he's going to do, and he knows that all these people that he's trying to bring in, they're going to be champions for him. Like, these people are not going to be on their side. They're going to come in and destroy what they have created and expose some of the corruption that they've been doing. So, of course, they're going to try to block it as much as possible. They want to keep their way of life. They want to be able to keep doing what they're doing. And anybody that Trump gets in is a threat to that. So they're going to try to block it as much as possible. And this is what we're seeing now.
Yeah, you're not just seeing that here. You're seeing that in other countries. I mean, look at what happened in South Korea just a couple days ago. You know, with the changing of the guard. And they were just kind of like, yeah, you're not going to find out what we did on, you know, October 23rd of 2021. Let me just call in the National Guard and just, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. But there's 2 things I really want to know. Is that, number one, during Trump's first term, when he was getting these nominations, was it like this the same way? I mean, what was it? Was it a Democratic Senate? I can't remember.
I think so. I think it was a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, he got pushback.
Oh no, we just got a word from our lovely producers here. So if you want to be a producer, please join us on our Discord, where you can become one. So the first 2 years of Trump's first term, He had both the House and the Senate,
Oh,
and everything went straight through. So what's the problem now?
I guess the rhinos.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I mean, I've said this
Glad you said
before.
that.
There is it's like both parties are having sort of like this wake up call right now. The Democrats are now just beginning to go through theirs. You know, where they've had their it's like the Clinton Democrats right now. You know, versus the rhinos, it's like the rhinos, and then there's the Bush Republicans. You know, and then there's just like this emerging America First movement that's blowing the doors off of them right now.
Hmm.
But for the Democrats, they really don't have an identity right now because they're kind of all over the place. And I think that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why they lost this year is because they don't really have an identity. They didn't even have really a candidate.
No, they can't decide on policy or which views to
Mhm.
support. They're just kind of all over the place.
Well, no,
See,
they're supporting all of them, even if they contradict themselves.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the issue.
the thing
that's
about
what
it.
it is, the contradiction.
I forgot who said it, and they explained it very well. Like when you're progressive, like you jump on it because live in some form of virtuism, like to where you think when you see any kind of injustice is like should be changed or go like so you jump on this, and like it just keeps going and going. But at a certain point in time, it's gonna be time to jump off of that, and like okay, I feel this is good. But when you're progressive, like that wave doesn't stop, and it just keeps getting more extreme, more extreme, more extreme. And the thing about it is just the way like our government works with like a bunch of private companies. Like if you go to like if you look at like private companies that work with the FBI at any of their big like comms, like you'll see what money's going to where that these companies get free passes on to help with the infrastructure, and who's the people again, people who are in Congress and the Senate. They don't even care, and that's the problem. There's no term limits, and the people that are in the Senate, their career, like they've been here for, they die in it, and so they have no sense of like what's in touch with reality and what their constituents want. And going to what you said, like they don't know what they want. They're everywhere, and like good reason why they didn't win is because they don't know what they want. Like all it was just like, oh, this and that, and like they'll vote for us if we get like this famous person to go this. We'll get this and this, and you can see all these famous people, actors, actresses, singers, just reading monologues for like millions of dollars, and people can see through that. It's not what they want. We all grew up in the same place, know what it used to be like.
Right, because it wasn't like that was a huge money laundering scheme. Oh no, they would never do that.
No, but you can't pander to everyone. You can't.
No.
It's just not going to work.
Any self-respecting person would like realize like like if when you're getting pandered to, and that's the thing, people want to be realized because we got brought up in society where like everybody's special. Oh this, I'm this, I'm the first of this. Like no, you're just a normal person. Nothing about you is special. You're special for who you are and your personality, but you're part of everything. And so when you get so divided, so the whole idea of what your party is or your group is you're special, but then you just spread out and watered out, Yeah. Like there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's move from the Senate to the House because we've got this one video. This is from Benny Johnson, and this is on Fox's The Story with Martha McCullum. Let's see what they have to say.
Understandably, but you look at the example in Argentina. Milei, there, the president, has cut 10% of the workforce. He has shuttered 13 government agencies. He's doing things that nobody thought was possible. Yeah. That economists up and down said, you can't do that. You can't do that. And he's doing it. Musk wants to take government agencies from 428 to 99. Can it be done?
We certainly hope so. We want to be willing partners in that, and we have a new ability to do this now. Remember, the Supreme Court overturned the Chevron doctrine, right? That's a game-changing kind of situation. Not in my lifetime, but we had the opportunity to go in and really take back control from the administrative state. For a long time, they've been acting as judge, jury, and executioner on the rules that they make on industries and small business owners and the rest. So we have the ingredients, we have the conditions right now to actually be able to make really dramatic change. And we're going to go through.
Right. So, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. When you first heard about this, what did you think? Yes, Brian, you did tell us. when you first heard about this department, what was your first thoughts on, like, okay, day one, go? What do you think they're going to do on day one?
I actually had no idea. Like,
Yeah,
the idea of what they were doing, I had no idea, because like the whole, in my opinion, at least what I thought, like when I just read the name of it, I just thought like, oh, it's a playful joke on, like, the Bitcoin. Just
it's
like,
a meme department. That's all it is. They make memes all day.
Like if you look at like Tesla's like models, like you put them all up, like what they spell, like the model numbers. But like going into it,
right.
I'm glad that they are doing what they're doing. Like the back end, like breaking everything up, taking it away. I'm glad that they're doing it.
No, that's good. I mean, what was it from 400 and some odd to 99? I mean, there are probably some government things out there that nobody knows about.
Getting that second voice on you.
Uh-oh. Where's that coming from?
But even if, like, while you're figuring that out, like we're talking about like the mental health and stuff, like in the departments, even for you and your daughter, the government. This is what happens. You got to break this stuff up.
Right. Indeed, what was your first thought?
I was hoping that they were going to do some audits, like a government audit. We could see where money's being thrown away or laundered, allegedly. where stuff is going, why we are where we are now, why do we have such a huge deficit, why, like, that's what I was hoping when I saw that they were doing the Doge, the Dodge, however you want to say it. I'm just like, man, these audits, like, I can't wait for this stuff, dude. That would make me so excited.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess we'll see if you'll deliver. I mean, I understand that Mike Johnson, he was put in a really difficult position, becoming House Speaker in the middle of a session.
Yeah.
And that's not easy to do. It's not.
That was a whole mess.
Yeah, it was first off, it was a whole mess because you've had somebody that was there for a couple of years who had a lot of connections in DC, had a lot of money coming into the Republican Party and into Congress, period. So, like, to leave from him, they had to get someone that kind of was in those almost cut from the same, like, cloth. But that's why Jim Jordan didn't make it, because Jim Jordan would have came in and just, like, it would be like, okay, you're getting exposed. You're getting exposed. You're getting exposed. Like, he
didn't want to do it, though. That's the thing. He was like, no. He wanted to just stick for the people. He's like, I don't want to do this. He's like, fuck that.
Exactly.
But if he did do it, it's exactly what would have happened. And then, like,
I would have loved Jim Jordan.
Oh man,
it would have. Represent Ohio. Hey, Scrap will represent Ohio. But yeah, so we ended up with Mike Johnson. And then, of course, he played the middle ground, which I'm going to say it, and this is going to get a lot of flack, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do as House Speaker. You can't just be all one side, because what ends up happening is you start losing support from your middle-of-the-road Democrats that actually want to come in and help you out. And then once you lose them, then it becomes this like partisan BS that we've had over the last couple of years, and nothing gets done. Then you have to rely on the Senate to come up with stuff, and then you have to throw in all of these major bills instead of doing like individual bills, which is the way they're supposed to do it.
Didn't they they try to make a bill to make it so it's just that instead of like, 4 hours before the bill's due, they turn it in. It's like 1,000 pages or something.
Right. Erin says here, she says, it just disappeared. Bring it back. There it is. I just want Doge to go after the Pentagon and military spending that approves the $10,000 hammers and the 4,000% markup on soap. What was it? Independence Day? What do you think? They spend $20,000 on a hammer? $30,000 on a toilet seat?
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I think we spent way more than enough time on that. So let's move on to the Guardian. This one says, why did France's government collapse and what happens next? Oh, I wonder why. Did you see what happened in their last the last government or the last election that they had? They all went right, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they had some tomfoolery happen, and then now the communists are in charge.
Wow.
That's what happens, man.
Absolutely insane how that worked.
Happens whenever the brats don't get their way. They throw it and destroy everything. Like, oh no, I didn't get my candy. I don't know. Like
nobody gets candy.
I don't know. Like I was giving a ski job, but whatever.
Exactly. Here we go. So the French Prime Minister Michel Barnier resigned on Thursday morning after far right and leftist lawmakers joined forces to topple his government only 3 months after he took office. We didn't see that coming. Barnier and his government will stay on the caretaker capacity, taking care of day-to-day business till the appointment of the new government, the Elysee said in a statement on Thursday. The end of the Barnier's government, the first to fall from a no-confidence vote in France in more than 60 years. It has plunged the country into political crisis and turned Barnier, a veteran politician who formerly the European Union Brexit negotiator, into the shortest-serving prime minister in modern French history. The country's president, Emmanuel Macron, is expected to address the nation on Thursday evening. Here is a brief guide as to what happened and what may come next. Oh, wow, this is a lot of stuff. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can fly through this. All right, so why did it fall? No confidence motion brought by leftist lawmakers in National Assembly came amid a standoff over a draft asserting budget that had sought to have 60 billion euros through spending cuts, tax rises to hope to reduce the gap deficit. It's led to political turmoil and stems from Macron's decision to dissolve parliament in June and to hold early elections after centrist forces suffered a humiliating defeat in the European parliamentary elections. What does this mean for France? The government fall has plunged France into a period of deep political uncertainty. The prospect of the country will end the year without stable government or a 2025 budget is already unnerving investors. Earlier this week, France borrowing costs briefly exceeded those of Greece, generally considering far more risky. Now, remember, Greece a couple of years ago defaulted, and because they were like, we're not going to pay back the EU. We're not going to pay back any of these people. And they came back and they were like, no, you're going to pay.
I don't think anything's going to happen, honestly. Like the country is over 1,000 years old, and they've been like this as like back and forth thing, like from the people amongst themselves within the government. And thankfully, like the country is small enough to where the government can kind of manage its own, kind of compared to how we are. But I don't think anything's going to happen. It's just like I was saying before, like you let all these people in, who don't care about the country. These people who are quote unquote like refugees, seeking like asylum, they get dumped in there. And like a big thing for these people that live in the country, like we don't like it. But then you have the other people that are young, like, oh, fuck the government. We want this and this. And so it's the same rotation all the time. Like even in the States here, like we almost shut down the government multiple times a year for years and years and years, just on bickering on how the government's going to be ran, where the spending is going to be, how it goes, when it goes. There's rights that we have. If the left doesn't have the way, just like it is there. I wish they would sort their shit and fucking like spank these little assholes on their heinies, tell them to stop acting up. But it's
Bonjour,
agree.
Yeah. So here's some options. All right. So Macron could appoint like a technocratic government for a couple of months while they figure some shit out, or he could resign, triggering presidential elections. But I mean, that's unlikely. Nobody just gives up power like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. That would cause more unrest just for the fact that one side got their way, and then that would completely nuke the entire idea of what democracy is and should be ran through that country. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because speaking of nukes, I mean, France is a nuclear power and a founding member of NATO. So it's like, they have, somebody has to run that country. And I mean, at this point, they might as well have just kept it the way that it was. But obviously, France is going through another revolution here. So I guess we'll see what happens. Did you have anything else, Steve? Go ahead.
No, I want you to talk. I've taken up so much of
Oh no, I mean, no, I completely agree with you. I don't think much is going to happen. I think they're going to figure it out, and I think sometimes the headlines can be kind of blown out of proportion, sensationalized. But I think they're going to figure it out. I think definitely if Macron were to step down, it would just cause too much turmoil. And yeah, I'm totally with y'all. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Last thing I would say for this is, I think for countries of that size, it's a big country, but for the most part, all things considered, out on that side of the pond. But if they were to have separate to where government politics on the geopolitics versus things for the actual country and the people, social politics, and if they were to have just a clear divide on that instead of it just being one, here you go.
Yeah.
If they were able to do that, then it would actually bring I think it would bring some kind of more peace into the country in its politics, the people come together and then deciding on what this is, because this is the part of that they care about more than anything. And then this is the part, I guess that would be on both sides of the left and the right, but that wavers. But if we could do it to where it's not so much you're you and you're you, I'm not really too sure how to describe this idea I'm thinking about, but if they were able to get that to work, I think that would kind of bring the fire down.
Taylor, you're getting some fans out here. You got some fans. You got to do the princess wave. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, moving on to our last story, we're going to go from France to Syria, because we need to do our World War III update, Syria edition. Syrian insurgents capture central city of Hama in severe setback to the Syrian president. This is from the AP. Let's see. Syrian insurgents swept into the central city of Hama on Thursday, and government forces withdrew, dealing another major blow to Syrian President Bashar Assad days after insurgents captured much of Aleppo, the country's largest city. The stunning week-long offensive appeared likely to continue, with insurgents setting their sights on the Homs of country's third largest city. Homs, which is about 40 kilometers, 25 miles south of Hama, is the gate in the capital Damascus, Assad's seat of power in the coastal region, the base that supports him. So there's been a lot going on in Syria since the 90s, don't you think?
Yeah, it's literally just a battleground for fun. I think that whole war is just a bar bet, to be honest with you. I honestly think that entire war is an NWO gentleman's agreement to a bar bet. I think that's all it is.
Like WCW NWO?
No. No. I generally think that whole war, how it started, when it kicked off, what was it, back in 2013? How we were the ones that started that overthrow during the election. We're the ones who paid another country to frame the president to drop the chlorine bombs on their people, and then
more money we had to spend.
The Sunnis and all these other people and Russia's in it too. I think the whole thing is just a bar bet to see, like, you know, like think of like 6 people had a bunch of Beyblades and they ripped them all at the same time and like just throw money to keep them going. And I think that's how that
Yeah,
whole
right.
war started.
They had to see which one had the short blade. It's like, tag, you're it.
I know.
No.
I'm not trying to make light heart of like, you know, all these people passing away and dying. Like it sucks because these people are just normal people. They're just people existing. I love my daughter. I love my dad. I love my mom. I love my wife. I love my husband. Just people existing. And their whole, like, Aleppo is completely wiped out. And then for weeks, they knew these people were like in a town 1 kilometer away, that they knew the attack was going to happen. Like, oh, no, it's fine. We're not going to do anything.
No. I mean, what else where are you going to go?
Said the rubble next door.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because there's a couple key factors to this. No, because Russia is an ally to Assad, and he'd been conducting airstrikes in response to the rebel like advances. And then you also have like the humanitarian impact, where the fighting had led to like mass displacement, but that's been happening for years. You know, because right now there's about 200, almost 300,000 people that are displaced because of this conflict.
And what are the 2 main countries that they went to from there?
Oh, jeez.
France and England.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Even during that war.
Like, what do we like? Like, we don't even need you guys. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, D.
You got me the liquid confidence.
The look.
Oh boy.
No, but yeah, so like, what are the future plans here? Because like Trump is coming into office, and like he's gonna put an end to this shit real quick, all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, because I think during his first presidency there were the least amount of deaths in like years. Years.
I don't think that this war is going to stop once anything happens. I don't think Trump is going to stop this one first. In my opinion, I think if Ukraine and Russia stop, because Russia's already lost, you know, allegedly like 1 million people between Rudin and MIA. So
Yeah.
you know, stretching thin. Their whole war tactic is just overwhelm. That's how they want anything. But you know, if you know, it's not as big as a country, it's not as big as a war, but that was a proxy war. This right now is just between tribes.
I feel like this is like the elites are playing that, you know, those games that you get on your phone where like there's just waves of people and then you get upgrades and just start clearing them out like that. Like I feel like that's what they're doing now. Oh man. Okay.
Level up.
Yeah, buckle up, because the next couple of months is going to be a lot of fun, especially here on Sunset Rants, especially here on the Roman Nation Network. Roman Nation comes back on January 4th, 2025. I know what the episode is. You guys don't, because I'm not going to tell you until 2 weeks from now. But the first 3 episodes are going to be off the charts. So I hope you guys are ready to see that. But anyways, I think it's time for Caption This.
I'm excited.
Oh man, here we go. So, we used to have a show called Midday Rush, and this is where our producer Brian came up with an idea to where he would generate a random, just completely random AI generated image. And then it's up to everybody in the audience to decide what the caption for that image should be. It became so popular that one of our captions somehow made it out of a private Discord and became viral all across the world. And we got mad because nobody knew the origins of it, but it was us that created it. We're like, wait a minute, that's ours. But, you know, finders keepers, I guess. So this is why we're recording it now. So that
Get credit.
And it came from us. All right. So, like
Aaron
I
says,
said,
which one was that?
it was the caption that I won. It was the one where the guy and the robot are holding hands walking down the street, and there's a woman sitting on the ground like a homeless person and has a
Oh.
sign, like a cardboard sign, and it's yeah, we created that.
I know what you're talking about.
Elizabeth, he's like facts because she was there. Yeah, and I actually won that caption because it was the woman, the homeless woman, sitting on the ground, and it had a cardboard box sitting up, and we said write a caption in this box, and my caption was use dishwasher for sale, but
Oh my god. Do you know which meme he's talking about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Before the show is over, I'll see if I can pull it up. But yeah. So, like I said, it's up to you guys in the audience to decide what the caption is. Yes, Brian did create he created it. Everybody wants credit now. God damn it!
Brian's like, if you're gonna credit the show, at least credit the creator.
Mhm.
I am the alpha, the omega,
Get it?
the all-knowing of this meme.
Exactly. So, people in the audience, I need a caption for this image. Oh man, this is gonna be so bad. No. Hold on, I gotta switch to my regular specs for this one. All right. Alyssa, she's like, oh dear. Oh man. We might
All right,
just get-
Vader.
No.
Yeah.
This is post cancel culture. We don't get canceled here.
No. I was gonna say Vader. I was gonna, because my computer's chugging right now. So I was like, Pope goes, all right, Vader. Or the Vader goes, all right, may the force be with you. And also with you. Amen.
Maybe.
I don't know. I put the fathers. You know, you got the fathers right there.
We all your fathers.
We are your fathers. You don't want to know what they're supposed to do with the paddles. Like, I know you have an idea of what that paddle's for.
All right, so you guys
This
definitely
lady
are gonna
over
have. Let's see, open. I'm gonna open that link. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that over here. I'm gonna show that one last. But let's see, what do we got in here? Oh, so Erin's gonna start us off. She says, "Oh, so that's what you're supposed to do with the paddles." Oh man. Let's see. Are there any other ones here? Come on, guys. We need your help in the audience. And those of you that are on X, please jump in. Go into the audience. Oh, not the audience, into the chat and give us your best caption for this. I'm going to close it up in about 4 minutes.
Watch the next chat because
Shoot.
watch
Oh,
next chat because StreamYard isn't.
Oh, you know what? I might have to go over there and let me see what's going on.
Aaron got another one.
I feel like there's such an advanced one in this.
All right, so we got one from Vash. She says even the Chinese can get the Pope and Disney together. Let's see. Klaus Schwab dresses as Darth Vader just so he can say, Pope Francis, I am your father. Yo, what is going on here? It's so funny because every time we do caption this, like the chat in StreamYard freezes every single time. I don't know why. Oh man, let's see
I have
here.
multiple tabs, like through the live chats.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mom. I see you, Elizabeth. Let's see. We've got so So this is what these balls do. Oh my goodness.
So this is their purpose.
Oh man. I gotta figure out how to pull these up. Let me see if I can do it. Hey, there we go. All right, I'm gonna put this here.
Usually I use this ball and paddle with a little boy, not a table.
There it is. All right.
Okay.
This is so horrible. What is this? Oh, he created the image. All right, so 1 more minute, guys. 1 more minute on the caption. So the caption is actually this was the old one. This is the one I was talking about that we created, and it went viral all across the world. But yet we nobody knows the origin of it. That was us. We did it. Oh man,
Such a good one too. What up, whatever? My United States of
well, whatever. Hey, whatever. This is what I need you to do right now. I need you to come up with a clever caption for this photo. It can be whatever you want it to be. You got 30 seconds. Good luck. Move that there.
Ooh.
She's like, what? Create a caption for this photo that we've got up. Oh, no. We've got another one. Here we go. Elizabeth came back and she said, depending on who wins tonight, will determine who gets to keep all the goodies in the Vatican basement. Oh, no. And what did Aaron say? Your secret is that you're one boy's father. Mine is that hundreds call me daddy. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh.
oh my god. Yep. She says sorry. LOL again. Sorry, mom. Oh my goodness. Look at Brian. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. All right, so Tay, you get to choose the one that you think is the best. D, you choose one that you think is the best, and then I'm going to choose one I think is the best, and we're gonna have a runoff. But if all 3 of us choose the same one, it's over.
Do I just like write it down and show you?
No, you don't have to. Just tell me. Tell me which one you thought was the funniest.
But then it might change what you say or they or D says, because like, oh, he said it.
Biddy says, "Oh my god, bro! LOL, she's back." All right, so here's what we got so far. So we've got let's see. Even the Chinese can get the Pope and Disney together. The Pope is forcing it with something invader. Let's see. Klaus Schwab dresses as Darth Vader just so he can say, Pope Francis, I am your father.
Mine's going to the daddy son thing.
These so this is what these balls do. Oh my god. Depending on who wins tonight will determine who gets to keep all the goodies in the Vatican basement. All right, and then what do we got over here? We also had, let's see. So that's what you're supposed to do with those paddles.
That's my favorite.
Yep. Shh, Vader, you had me at tiny balls.
Gotta tell.
No, I am the father.
Ooh, I didn't even see that one.
Yeah.
I got my glasses off, so I'm squinting.
Your secret is that you were one boy's father. Mine is that hundreds call me daddy.
I'm picking
That's
that
my
one.
favorite. Yeah, that's me
mine.
too.
I even wrote it. I was like, one son, 100 daddies.
Oh, whatever's got one. Hold on. Let's see what he's got. He said, proving all along it's been a uniparty. The Pope and Darth Vader enjoy a nice, relaxing day of ping pong.
Look at that one. That one's not
Peeing
even
each other's
dirty.
palm.
I like it. What a wholesome thing of two just, evil dudes.
All right, so if one of
Who
our
like
lovely producers can jump on that. So it was the so Tay and I decided that your secret that you were the one boy's father, mine 100s called me daddy. That's one. And the other one was what was the other one? What was the one you had, D?
Oh, I had the so that's what you're supposed to do with the paddles. It was also by Aaron.
So Aaron is going to take them both. Okay, we need a lot more competition. We need a lot more competition the next couple of days because
she had. I mean, they're bangers. What are you going to do?
They're slappers.
I guess Aaron wins no matter what. But
yeah,
we're gonna have to set some ground rules here where you can only have one because Aaron usually comes in with the fire.
He came in that spam set.
Yeah, I know. Look at this. Uh-oh, what happened?
Aaron
Seems like I
always
tried
wins.
to really
He's the
did.
dark side of the force.
So what do you guys think? Do we have one of just I think Brian, you're working on that, right?
I think he muted himself.
Oh, did he? Let me see.
Earlier, because he was calling his dog.
No, he's still in. I see him there.
Oh, I just can't hear him. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it looks like Aaron is definitely she's definitely up on this one.
she's the goat today.
Got to stop giving Aaron previews. Yes, please, Aaron. That is not fair. You cannot have a head start. Oh man, no,
I
but
didn't even get it.
You know what? I think. I'm sorry, D, but Tay and I, we definitely had the one. This one here.
It's all funny. They were all great.
Oh my goodness! Your secret is that you're one boy's father. Mine is that 100s call me daddy. I'm sorry. This is like by far the best one. That is by far the best one.
It was great. It really is pretty funny.
Whatever.
It's wrong in a lot of ways.
Whatever. We're gonna need you to challenge Aaron on one of our next episodes that she's dethroned, because by far we did this midday rush. She had the most championships. Some of them we actually couldn't even post. I know, right? We should send her a trophy. That's funny. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I think that Tay and D, you guys will be taking over Tuesday and Thursdays here on Sunset Rants. That's correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So you'll get a lot more of their beautiful faces down below. I'm going to jump in whenever I can. I've got a lot of other projects that I'm working on right now to help out the Roman Nation Network, because 2025, we're going to explode. We're going to explode. I'm going to tell you right now. You guys are going to see us all over X. I'm going to make sure that happens. And everybody that's in the audience, thank you so much for watching tonight. You've got Tay down at the bottom. You got any last words?
So long, and thanks for all the fish. If anyone gets that reference.
Absolutely. Whatever that means. D, what you got?
I feel like this is going to be a very good direction we're moving in. I'm very happy to be here. I'm really excited for what 2025 has to hold. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'm just stoked.
Oh man, you have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, I'm
Absolutely
really
no idea
excited.
what's about to happen.
So is this?
All right.
Are we doing one last one for the year, or is this the last one?
Oh no.
Next
Sunset
week.
Ranch
Next week.
doesn't. Yeah, Sunset Ranch doesn't die.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean we might not. I mean Wednesday, Thursday for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Obviously,
Sun
we're
will
going to be.
come out tomorrow.
That's right.
Tomorrow.
Yes, everybody. Hey, this is a requirement. This is a requirement. You must have sunglasses.
I need Vipers.
Vipers. I don't know. I got these off of Temu, but
Okay. Those are going to
It-
cost
it-
a lot more with tariffs.
oh my God, Temu is going straight down the gutter. Yeah.
Forget
but
about
anyway,
Wish and Temu and what's the other one? Sheen, whatever.
Sheen. Yeah, no. So get your Christmas shopping now, because after January 20th, your wallets are going to be emptying out. But anyways, you guys know me. I'm AK, your favorite guy. I'm the host of Roma Nation. I'm the founder of Sunset Rants and the Roma Nation Network. You can find me on X at @TheRealRoma_AK. We got our website, which I'm going to pull up, which I should have had pulled up, but I never do because I'm an idiot. So here we go. riseofmiddleamerica.com. Right here, you can see that's my Rumble link, my YouTube link, my X link, and my Discord, which if you want to be a producer, creator of content, or whatnot, we've only got a short amount of time in which we're helping people out, because after that, you're going to have to pay. So this is the time to join it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. That's Tay. I'm AK signing out. Thank you very much. And we will see you tomorrow for FAFO Friday with Fluffy and Crimson. See you later. Peace out.